This video is going up hella late. I got caught up, jerking it and watching sports and the World Series and being a lazy fuck. So you know, you know how I am. Anyway, I just took some sleeping pills. My sleeping game has been ass, absolute ass. And I wanted ZzzQuil. I had ZzzQuil, and whenever I went to the store to buy ZzzQuil, I remember going with my mom, getting the little bottle, and she was like, "Oh no, you should get the bigger bottle. It's worth more, but you'll be able to use it twice as much." So I got the bigger bottle, had one sip out of it, one shot of it, and she had the rest of it. So to compromise, she gave me sleeping pills. Anyway, this is about fantasy football. Ha ha ha. I'm ripping ass right now. Just like how I want to rip off this shirt because we fucking lost tonight. Anyway, I digress. Uh, on to the predictions and studs and duds. Last week, Steve and I, he's looking at you, Steve. We both went 1-2. We both got our locks right, but we got our upsets wrong. So hopefully things go better in my favor and not so much for that wannabe real life pick. My lock this week, we're going over to London. I'm going to take the Vikings guaranteed to beat the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, obviously the worst football team in the NFL still. And the Vikings D has, taken a step back from last year, but it's still very, very good. And I feel like Deshaun Kaiser is going to, shit himself copious amounts of times. Definitely more than once is my guess. So give me the Vikings all day. Steve has New Orleans versus the Bears. I like that. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, I like the guy, but I mean, they're throwing the ball 17 times, and Jordan Howard's getting so many carries, but I feel like the Bears, that offense isn't high powered enough to keep up with the Saints, and I feel like the Bears defense isn't going to be good enough to beat the Saints offense. So good pick, Steve. I like that one. Don't give me that look, you fucking stupid bitch. This pig. As far as my upset goes, I don't like any of these matchups really, and I didn't want to pick the same one as Steve. I didn't really know which one to pick that I really liked. So you know what? Give me Houston. Give me Houston at Seattle. I don't care if it's a stretch pick. I'm going with the heart, and the heart wants to trust Deshaun Watson. The heart wants the Houston Texans to pull off that upset. As far as Steve has Washington at Dallas. Oh wait, Washington's actually at home, I believe. Washington versus Dallas, yeah. I think that's going to be a very good game. Obviously, I stuttered there. I picked Washington last week as my upset, and that bit me in the asshole. And so hopefully it bites Steve in his plastic little made up asshole. Who knows? Who knows? I went out in the cold and now my throat's all scratchy and I really got to take a shit. And I really want to pass out soon, so I got to get this done. Let's move on to the studs. My stud for this week, it's going to sound gross, Andy Dalton. Hear me out. This man is going up against the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, that's really all you need to know. The Colts defense is, well, it's the equivalent to Ken Giles in the World Series. Hey-o. They gave it up to Brian Hoyer. They've given it up to every quarterback that they faced, really. And Andy Dalton, I mean, he's not, the most attractive option, but he's got a juicy matchup. So it's encouraging to see. And I feel like against that Colts defense, Andy Dalton, AJ Green, Tyler Kroft, get them in your lineup, and I feel like you'll be A-OK. Steve, on the other hand, Steve is going for Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers and his 7 kids. All of them. All 7 of his kids are going to perform against New England. You know, everyone keeps thinking, maybe this will be the week. 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 Maybe this will be the week that the New England defense turns it around. And until they do, whoever's facing them, I'm going to be starting. I know I'm all about Philip Rivers. You know, they just dished off Dontrell Inman. So I think that speaks volumes to how they feel about Tyrell Williams and how Mike Williams is coming along with his health, and the fact that they trust those two, and obviously they have Travis Benjamin there too. They trust them enough to not need Dontrell Inman. Now that Mike Williams is back, Dontrell is kind of going to take a back seat. You might as well get some value out of him. So that defense is ass. Philip Rivers has some toys. Melvin Gordon has been, improved in the passing game. I look for Philip Rivers to have a nice day. High five, Phil. Phil? Oh my God, Steve. That's going to go on the blooper reel? No, it's not, because I don't want to have to edit a blooper reel. I mean, fucking clearly, you saw my mom walk in on the last episode. Moving right along, duds. The duds. I think this is the first time ever where I'm going to have a collective dud. And I'm going to say everybody in that Seattle backfield, whether it is Thomas Rawls, the Rolls Royce, just blubbing his way, his way on along. Eddie Lacy likes cum on his facey and hamburgers in his mouth. You have J.D. McKissick, and you have not Chris Carson, the other dude, C.J. Prosise. You have 4 of them there. I don't watch Seattle a whole lot, so I don't think McKissick's actually used all that much. But I know that those first 3 big ones, Prosise, Rawls, and Lacy, I don't trust any of them in fantasy. I really don't. Behind that shitty line, going up against, keep in mind the Texans defense is banged up. You have J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless out for the year. KJ's not back yet. Kevin Johnson, that is. Brian Cushing, he's still on the sus list, the suspended list for the time being. So it's a banged up Texans defense, but I still believe enough. And you have Bernard McKinney, you have Zach Cunningham, you have Jadeveon Clowney, Christian Covington. I feel like that defense is going to be able to stop whichever Seattle running back is the hot hand or whoever is the starter. So I don't trust any of them. Steve, this is, are you sure about this one, bud? He's got a ballsy one. He's taking Matt Ryan against the Jets to be a dud. So, dude, I know he's been sucking, but that's a ballsy one, man. Well, your boy, he needs to be a good little football analysis person, and I gotta wake up and see if my boys over in London pull the game off. That game's at like 8:30, so it's currently 11:11. Make a wish. Ken Giles isn't on the Astros next year. Please make it happen. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. Oops. Anyway, your boy's got to get to sleep. I got to take a shit still, so hopefully it doesn't take me an hour, and I should be able to pass out at a reasonable time and get some sleep before the London game, and then wake up, binge watch football all day, hopefully get some dubs and fantasy, and I will see you guys later. I'm cute. Look at this stupid fucker. Look at his face. I'm just gonna kick him right in the fucking face. I'm gonna kick him right in his little stupid face. Oh shit, I actually kicked him. Oh fuck.